Good evening. Coming up tonight. The Fetal Heartbeat Bill was passed to the State House. The details on the bill and its progress.
South Carolina volleyball played a strong game against Texas A&M on Wednesday. How they fared coming up.
And finally, HBO has announced the revival of an award-winning 90s classic, but it might not be the show you're expecting.
All of that and more tonight on SGTV Nightly News.
Live from the Kennedy Greenhouse studio, this is SGTV Nightly News.
Good evening, Carolina. I'm Lydia Blackstone.
And I'm Cade Crenshaw. Thanks for joining us tonight. Police have arrested the suspect in the abduction of a 2-year-old girl in Casey. Shaheem Malik Phillips faces charges of kidnapping and vehicle theft. Casey Department of Public Safety says Phillips stole a vehicle left running outside of the Quality Inn on Charleston Highway on Tuesday with 2-year-old Carly Folk and the family dog inside. Authorities say both the girl and the dog were later found safe. Police officials have not released any further details on the case, and if you have information regarding Phillips or the alleged crimes, you're asked to visit MidlandsCrimeStoppers.com or call 1-888-CRIME-SC.
South Carolina House Judiciary Committee has voted 15-8 to pass along the Fetal Heartbeat Bill to the House this coming week. The bill proposes that if a fetal heartbeat is found before an abortion, the abortion cannot be performed. However, there are exceptions in the case of rape or incest. The bill continues to state that if medical provider does not conduct an ultrasound before the procedure, they will be guilty of a felony. This bill is likely to move forward as the House holds a Republican majority, meaning the bill could end up on Governor McMaster's desk in the coming weeks. Governor McMaster has publicly shown support for this bill, saying that he will sign it into law.
Today, the Lexington County Coroner's Office identified the 15-year-old that passed away from injuries from a car crash earlier this month. Coroner Margaret Fisher identified the body to be that of Dylan Alexander Roldan. On February 5th, Roldan was a passenger in a car crash on Highway 6 near the intersection of the Edmond Highway. The incident happened around 7:20 p.m. and Roldan was a passenger in one of 3 vehicles involved. The crash remains under investigation by the South Carolina Highway Patrol.
With USC's first Wellness Day coming up on February 15th, you might want to check out the university's new streaming service. Caroline Productions introduced their own streaming service called Cocky TV Plus to benefit students this spring semester. Cocky TV Plus also allows students to access a variety of movies and TV shows while on campus Wi-Fi. Students, faculty, and staff can access Cocky TV Plus for free. Some movies featured are Mean Girls, Mamma Mia, and all 8 of the Harry Potter movies. To access Cocky TV Plus, you can go to movies.housing.sc.edu, all while on the school's Wi-Fi. And Kate, this is exciting because, I have been logging into Clemson's site, my sister going there, and they've got Tiger Flicks. It's about time down here we get our own. We get Cocky TV Plus.
Sure, students, whether it be Netflix, Hulu, they're having to pay for these services. Finally, a free option for students to watch some pretty good movies.
You're right.
Coming up, we will have the latest on sports, including a hard-fought loss by South Carolina's women's volleyball team. Welcome back, everyone. The South Carolina volleyball team played on Wednesday against Texas A&M. Let's check in with our Wade Rainey to give us the details. Wade?
Thank you, Cade. The South Carolina volleyball team fell in 4 sets to Texas A&M Wednesday. The Aggies recorded 12 aces en route to their victory, snapping the Gamecocks' 5-game win streak. Despite the loss, South Carolina finished with more kills and a higher hitting percentage than the Aggies. Led by Kyla Manning with 15 kills, Ellie Ruprecht and Mackenzie Mormon each finished with 4 blocks, while Mallory Dixon contributed 45 assists and 11 digs. The Gamecocks will look to rebound tonight as they take on Texas A&M in the series finale. The game will air on SEC Network Plus. The state of New York will allow fans back into arenas as soon as February 23rd, according to Governor Andrew Cuomo. This means that franchises like the Knicks, Nets, Islanders, and Rangers, and Sabres will be able to have spectators again, albeit at 10% capacity. All attendees will need to show proof of a negative coronavirus test within 72 hours of the event, and each venue will need to be approved by the Department of Health before fans are allowed in. Face coverings will be mandatory as well. While a small step, this is definitely a positive development for both sports fans in New York as well as across the country. That's what's happening for local and national sports. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Wade. Coming up, one of the main characters on the classic show will not be included in a reboot. Which one will it be? You'll find out right after the break. Hang tight. Welcome back, Carolina. But first, here to give you your Black History Month fact of the day is our entertainment reporter, Chelsea Bynes. Chelsea.
Thank you, Lydia. As you all should know, it is Black History Month, so let me provide you with a bomb Black History fact. John Mercer Langston was the first African American to become a lawyer in 1854 when he passed the bar exam. He then became one of the first African Americans to be elected to a public office by being voted clerk on the Liberty Party ticket. He topped off his political career by becoming the first Black man to represent Virginia in the United States House of Representatives. How incredible is this?
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he went through and took the bar exam, which is difficult within itself, and then went on to be the first Black man to be a lawyer, that's just absolutely incredible. All of those accomplishments.
Yeah, he hit so many milestones.
Honestly. HBO Max Chief Content Officer recently announced a revival show of the popular show Sex and the City. However, fans have come to discover that Samantha, one of the main characters of the show, played by Kim Cattrall, will not be included in the reboot. In recent years, Cattrall has distanced herself from the close-knit friend group and the rest of the cast has maintained after filming ended. Sarah Jessica Parker, who played Carrie on the show, posted announcing the new series and left a comment reading, "Samantha isn't part of this story, but she will always be a part of us." The production for the new show will begin late this spring and a release date yet to be determined. Now, I'm actually so excited for this because I watched the entire series in high school. I don't know about you, but I thought it was so fun, and it's going to be interesting. The dynamics can be totally different without Samantha.
Yeah, I've only watched a couple of episodes of it, but I couldn't really get into it, but I'm probably going to try to get back into it again because I'm looking for some new things to watch.
Ooh.
A Tina Turner documentary will be coming to HBO this spring. The film is reported to reveal a look at the life and career of the icon Tina Turner, charting her rise to her early fame and her professional and personal struggles. The documentary Tina is set to give an in-depth look at the life of this music legend that no one has ever seen before. Stars that are supposed to make an appearance in this documentary include Angela Bassett, Oprah Winfrey, and Turner's husband, Erwin. I think this is like super dope because I was just waiting for this documentary for the longest, and my parents are like a little bit older, so I listened to some of her music growing up, and I'm just super excited for this.
Yeah, this is so exciting. It's definitely going to be something that I'm going to add to my list to watch because I'm a huge documentary nerd, so definitely excited about this.
Well, that's all we have for you tonight. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Lindsay and Chelsea. Coming up after the break, meteorologist Cade Deakins will let you know what to expect for this week's forecast, so don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, everybody, with the weather. So starting tonight, it is Thursday night, and we have a chance of showers and thunderstorms, but it has a 90% chance tonight. And then tomorrow, Friday, before 1, it will rain, and then it says after 1 a.m. it will rain again, and that is only a 40% chance. And then there's a 100% chance of rain on Saturday, which is not too fun. But then Sunday, it should rain a little bit, but it's also supposed to clear up during the day. Now the rain continues through Monday, but then it stops after that. Now the highs of today, we stayed in the relative high 60s, except for in Greenville. It was a little bit cooler, in Rock Hill, and then it was a little bit cooler on the coast per usual. But in the Midlands, we stayed in the high 60s today. Moving on, right now in Columbia, South Carolina, it is 63 degrees. It is wet and humid because of that rain that is coming later tonight. Feels like 60 degrees, and the wind is going southwest at 3 miles per hour. Now this week coming up, so Friday, as I just said, it is going to be showers likely, and it's going to be a high of 48 degrees and a low of 38. Moving on to Saturday, it is going to be cold and wet because the temperature drops down to 42 and has a low of 41. And then Sunday, which is Valentine's Day, there's a chance of showers, so not too big of a chance, but that still gives you a little bit of day to have some plans and fun on Valentine's Day with a high of 49 and a low of 40. On Monday, we have possible rain, a high of 49 and a low of 41. Not too big of a chance there, but it is still likely. Tuesday, it is showers likely with a high of 59. It gets a little bit warmer, and then a low of 36. It drops down during the night. And then moving on to Wednesday, it is mostly sunny, which we have, hopefully that break will stay, and it'll be a high of 58 and a low of 40. That's all I have for you guys. Make sure to stay tuned for tonight's edition of Carolina Canines.
And finally tonight's edition of Carolina K-Nights features Quinn. The picture was sent into by USC student Emily Ames. Quinn is a 12-year-old and loves chicken with his lamb toy. An old boy, but a good-ist boy. That is so sweet. I just love that.
It is the old timers, oldie but goldie, I guess you could say.
For sure. I love that.
Well, that's all we have for tonight's edition of SGTV Nightly News.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SGTV at USC. To keep up with all of our content, be sure also to visit us online at sgtvonline.com. For SGTV Nightly News, I'm Lydia Blackstone.
And I'm Kay Crenshaw. From all of us here at SGTV, have a great night, Carolina. Forever to thee.